Morning, students. Spelling video number 3, group number 1. So this video is for David, Nathan, Josias, and William. Okay, this is our third video, and I believe on the last two videos I only gave you 4 words. Today I'm going to give you 5 because I think they're easy for you guys. So I think you guys can do 5. So, oh, I forgot about the test. How about if you get a piece of line paper out right now? And on the top, I want you to write spelling test. This is how you write spelling. And then write test on it. And I want you to make sure you write the date. The date is 8/3/1/20. Okay? So on the top of your paper, let's get rid of this so it doesn't confuse you. I want you to write spelling test 8/31/20. Okay? And I'm going to give you the spelling words that I gave you on Friday. Okay? All right. I believe it's 4 words. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's more. I'm going to give you the words I gave you on Thursday and on Friday. So it should be 8 words. Don't look at your, if you have a paper with those words on there, don't look at them, okay? The first word I want you to write on your spelling test is white. White. The paper was white. You don't have to write the marks or break it up into syllables if you don't want to. You can, but you don't have to. Number 2. So you're going to write number 1, write your word. Then write number 2 and write your word. Number 3, all the way down to 8. Okay, number 2 is paper. The word is paper. Number 2, the word is cut. Be careful not to cut yourself. That was number 3. Number 4 is sick. I'm so glad none of us have gotten sick. 3, that was 4. Number 5, the word is gave. Gave. Number 6, the word is give. Give. Number 7, the word is free. Free. Nothing is free. Only the love of God is free. Okay? His grace is free. And the last one, number 8, the word is back. I have an itch on my back. Okay, so that's 8. If I went too fast, you can watch the video, start the video over again and see which ones you missed, or you can think about it for a little bit. Okay, now I want you to get a separate piece of paper. I believe I sent home a line paper. On that line paper, I want you to write what I had on the board previously. I want you to write spelling, and then I want you to write number 1. This is a separate piece of paper, okay? And it's the one, try to use the one that I gave you that has the little dotted lines in the middle to help you write really nice penmanship, because I really want you to write nice letters, okay? The way you were taught to write with Miss Heather and Miss Lorena when you guys learned cursive. I want you to keep the same rules and the same practices when you learn cursive, okay? So the first spelling word I'm going to give you is the word it's. It's. 1 syllable. It. It's. That, when we say, let me see if I can say it in a sentence for you. his dish, her dish, and its dish are all dirty. Her dish, his dish, its dish, maybe like a dog, you would call it it. Its dish is dirty. Okay. It's the vowel says its first sound. It's, so we don't have to mark it, we just know it's a one. And the S has two sounds. In this case, it's the first sound. It's, so we don't have to mark it. It's a one, we don't have to mark it. Okay? The second spelling word I'm going to give you, these are going to be on your spelling test tomorrow, okay? And listen carefully so you don't get confused. The second one is it's. We take the word it. You don't have to write this, but you can. I'll go ahead and write it on the side over here. I want you to write it is. You didn't learn this in beginner class. You will learn it in this class. It is possible to take two words and scrunch them together and make it into one word. But sometimes when we do that, we take one letter out so it doesn't get in the way because we really don't sound it. So we can put this together, it is, and turn it into its. We put it together. It's called a contraction, okay? So when we say it is and then we turn it into its, which sound are you not hearing? It. We don't hear the I. So when we write it, we're going to write it without the I. But before you write it, watch me because there's something special in here. It. Then I'm going to stop, dot my I, cross my T. Then I'm going to put a little, it looks like a comma up in the air. It's not a comma though, it's called an apostrophe. And you don't have to remember this right away. I'm going to keep reviewing it over and over until it becomes second nature to you, okay? This apostrophe tells me that there was something there that we left out. We're leaving it out because we're not saying it. It, and then I'm going to put the S here. Then I'm going to put an equal sign like you do in math. That equal sign means that they're equal on both sides. They're the same on both sides. It's and it is the same. So the difference between this one and this one is this, you're referring to something. Okay? The its color is black. You're referring to something as black. It's called a possession. It's telling that something owns something else. This one is called a contraction. We contract these two together, put them together, but we put an apostrophe to let us know that we're missing a letter. Okay? So on tomorrow's test, the way you're going to notice the difference between these two when I give them to you on a spelling test is I'm going to put it in a sentence. The sentence will tell you which one it is. For example, if I say, it's a little bit cold in this room. Can you say, it is a little bit cold in this room? If you can replace this with this, then this is the word that is on your spelling test. But if I say, its color is yellow, can I say, it is color yellow? Sounds kind of funny, so no. Okay, that's how you know the difference, by the way you use it in a spelling sentence. In a sentence, I'm sorry. Okay, number 3, your word is going to be, thing. Thing. It's how many syllables? Thing. One syllable. Always attempt to write the word first before I write it to see if you come. Then you look at mine and see if you were able to do it correctly, okay? Okay. Nathan, Josias, David, and William. Is there anything I need to mark? Okay. You guys see that? If you did, you're right. This is a multi-letter phonogram. We underline our multi-letter phonograms. It has two sounds. Which one are we using? Thing, the first one. Okay. I, thing, thi. First sound I, nga. Another multi-letter phonogram. Ng, nasal ng. Okay? Ng, nasal ng. Your next word is roll. Roll. If you catch on fire, roll on the floor. Roll. Roll. Okay. O, the vowel is saying the first sound. O, remember your letters? Ra, re, re, ro, ro. So we don't mark it. We don't put the one. And then notice there's two L's. Why don't we just write one? It still says the same thing, roll, but there's two. And the reason there's two, whenever I give you a rule, you have to learn the rule, okay? You can't just listen to it. You have to try to remember it. So I'm going to give you a rule. I don't know if they give you this in beginner class. Anytime that you have a word that's one syllable, roll, that's one syllable, one vowel, there's only one vowel, you often double the F, the S, or the L. So if you have an F, you don't write this. F, S, or L, after one vowel, one syllable, one vowel, you double the last letter if it's an F, S, or L. Okay, and it's an L, so we double it. Okay, so you're gonna have more words like that the ending is double. So you ask yourself, is it one syllable? Is it one vowel? If it does it end in F, S, or L? Then double it. Okay, and I'm gonna give you one more word. Number 5. Number 5 is stone. Oops. Stone. Okay. He kicked the stone. Stone. Stone is for those of you who are Spanish speakers, is una piedra. Okay. Normally we use, a lot of people say rock, but stone is also a rock. Okay. Stone. Okay. So I don't see any multi-letter phonograms. I'm sure you guys don't either. We're going to go one at a time. O. First sound. O. I'm sorry. That's the second sound. O. Stone. So why is it, what's making it say the second sound? Well, we keep going and we notice that there's a letter that doesn't say anything at all. It's a silent letter. All silent letters, we always double underline them. Okay. So there's 5 reasons why we would have a silent E, okay? So we have to memorize those 5 reasons. I am going to, I just realized I need to send you those rules written down on I'll send them to you on a piece of paper, the 5 rules. The first rule is the E is there to tell the vowel to say the second sound. The second rule is if you have a V and a U, English words do not end in V or U. So that would be rule number 2. V and U take a 2. If you have a C or a G, the letter C and G have 2 sounds, ka, s, and ga, ja. In order to make it say its second sound, you would use a silent E. That would be rule number 3. Rule number 4 is, I can't remember rule number 4 right now, but I'll find out. I'll refresh my memory. And then there's rule number 5, and that is a no job E. In other words, there's no reason why it's there. They just made up the word with a silent E, and it's not doing a job, okay? So in this case, it's telling the to say O. So it would be, this would be rule number 1, but we don't have to put the 1. We never put the 1s on anything, okay? So we don't have to put the 1, but we will tell it, make a rainbow line going over to the vowel, signifying that this E is there for the vowel, okay? So if you don't know how to read these words, which I'm sure all of you guys know how to read these words, make sure that you know how to read them, and then you're going to write them each 6 times if you don't already know how to spell them. These might be really easy for some of you, but don't worry, we're going to get harder as we go along. Write them 6 times if you don't know them. Write them today, because tomorrow's video, the first thing I'm going to do is give you a spelling test, okay? So you're going to write it's 6 times, it's with an apostrophe 6 times, and you can write it like this. I would write the whole thing out like this, so you know that the apostrophe goes with this contraction here. Thing 6 times, roll 6 times, and stone 6 times, and be able to read each one of them, okay? And I will have some other videos today. I'm going to have a math video today, and I am going to, today I am going to read chapter 1 of Pinocchio. So that's not going to be mandatory. I would like for you guys to listen to it's a really, really good book. If you watch the movie, it's nothing like the movie at all. So I really encourage you guys to, but I want you guys to do all of your math, spelling. There's no literature today, and no history, and no science. So do not all of your math, the math that's assigned for today, the spelling that's assigned for today, and if there's anything that you need to catch up from last week, go ahead and catch up. And then after you finish all that, then you can do, listen to you read aloud. Oh, and you need to do your 20 minutes of reading also. I hope you have a chapter book at home or a little reading book. If you don't, you need to make sure you pick one up here when you come on Fridays to get your work packet. Make sure you get a reading book, okay? Because we won't accept excuses. If you don't have a reading book right now, read your Bible, okay? Read your Bible and make sure you write down on the paper, the reading log, the pages that you read or the chapter and the verses that you read. But try to read 20 minutes every day, okay? We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.